Hello everybody, Walter here. Welcome to episode 21 of my Oxygen Not Included Let's Play series with the Space Dot DLC. In the previous episode we built the main floors for our industrial brick, and now it's time to finish them up with the research floors. But before that there are a couple of minor projects we started last time, and I am pretty confident that are finished right now, so let's get back to our game and have a look. And here we are back at the main floor of our industrial brick, which will get another 2 research floors on top, but that's something, as I said, for later. For now, let's have a look at a project from last time, which is this ember fossil here, which started out being submerged in carbon dioxide full of zombie spores, but fortunately enough, this door crusher here has already done its job. We have a nice hard vacuum in there, so I can now start getting rid of the door crusher and start excavating all of the stuff in here. And Ashkan is about done with the ember fossil. Yep, there we have it. Just some additional lore. I'm not going to bother with that for right now. But the ember fossil is now done, which means we can have a look at the next project, which is a bit lower down here, where we are producing brine. Now let's have a look. How much do we have? 1.2 tons. Almost a ton. Yeah, that is definitely enough. I don't need any more. And yeah, it's already getting quite warm in here. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of this whole setup here. It's no longer needed. And I can put the resources to good use in other places. So, this can now all be removed. But what I would like to do is get direct access to the brine that's down here. So I'm just going to put a pump here, and then let's see, how do I want to, yeah, let's just go up here, then straight over, and then down into this pipe, like so. Yeah, that looks good. Then I'm going to have to dig out, you know what, let's just dig out this whole chunk over here, and also the abyssal light over here. We want to get rid of all of the insulation. That way we should get all of this here properly thawed up quite soon, I suspect. So I am going to need a couple ladders down here. I'm also going to need ladders all the way over here, so everything can be reached properly. And yeah, this is now going to take a little while, and I almost forgot the power supply, huh? Yeah, I forgot the power. So let's go and just follow the pipe. That should do the trick. Yeah, that looks good. And as I said, now I'm just going to dig out all of this area to the side here. I'm not going to dig out all of this here. This can easily thaw up without any issue. Although I might want to get rid of the granite too. So let me very quickly set up some digging orders or building orders over here. And yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to need. Just going to continue with the digging and also building of the floor here. And the rest is just a little waiting game. And here comes the brine and also some intermediate salt water, but mostly the brine, which is nice to see. So this can now run in the background. This should keep for long enough until this is pumped out, I hope at least. Although this water is quite warm, so I might want to add some tiles here, just to keep all of this here in their proper place. We can print something out. Let's have a look. Maybe we are getting another dupe. Let's have a look. Not really looking for a doctor. Allergies, teething, ranching, not really right now. Bottle in the stomach, nope. Another hatchling. I don't need hatchlings, but why not? Let's get a hatchling and let's directly move it to over here. Yeah, let's just get some more food in there. And we have another blueprint. Just some more textures for my buildings. Okay, interesting. So, anyway. You know what? While I'm here, I might as well get rid of all of this here, so I can access the data bank and whatever is inside of the locker there. These need to be built. And my next big project is over here. In preparation for my research floor, I am going to need some special materials, which I'm going to produce right here. So, I am going to put a mesh tile there. Then redirect this one here. I'm also going to get rid of those buildings and this connection here, because I need rat balls, and there's already so much potential load on this wire here. I'm just going to run a dedicated coal generator into this wire here for the rat ball generator, because if it's unpowered for any moment, it will lose a lot of the accumulated rat balls. And we have a warm sweater. Okay, that's nice. And I can also get rid of the internals there, and might as well add some ladders so I can reach everything. Maybe up there. I'll have to do a lot of digging quite soon over here, I think. You know what? Might as well also dig out all of that. So. But as I said, for now I need to wait until I have those here removed and a coal generator in its place. Just like this here. So I also decided to add a smart battery, so I'm not wasting coal. But with this now running, I can, let's actually go higher with the priority, I can get rid of the material storage terminal and the automation wire here. And I can now start producing rat balls. If I go with the minimum, I should get one. Yeah, let's just wait until the tube comes by and activates this. So, 2 every cycle or 1 every half cycle. So, I will very quickly start seeing nuclear waste being produced, and at these temperatures that are around here, it will actually turn into solid nuclear fuel, which I should immediately see here on the resources. But I will try to have an eye on that, so you will see the first being created yourself. Now, while I'm waiting on that, I might as well start digging out in this area here a bit, because as you can see, I'm already starting to collect water over here, and also this unwanted water log over here. So I think it's time to start a bit of a cleanup in this area here. And here we go. I have now planned out all of this here to be dug out, all the way to down here. Here I'm also already drilling down my central shaft, or one of my central shafts. I'm still not digging out all of this ice here, since, as I said, I want this to thaw up naturally. So I'm getting a bit more water out of that. I might though want to start the digging orders for the granite hidden in there. So, but anyway, as I said, now I need to wait until my tubes get busy over here and until I have collected my first 50 rat balls here. And we're at 49 rat balls, so any second now we should see the rat balls being generated. Yep, you can see it coming, and now it hit the mesh tile, turned into nuclear fallout, and was solidified into solid nuclear waste, which I'm now just going to move to the side, so it's out of the way for the next bit to be created, because I need the nuclear waste in 7 different spots, if I remember correctly, and that way I don't need to portion this later on. And now I'm more or less just going to watch my tubes digging and building over here until I have those 7 spots of nuclear waste. So I suspect my plans for the brine up here are about to fall through, quite literally. Yeah, the ice now thawed up and my brine is now out of reach. All that's left is salt water and a little bit of brine up there, but it's not much. Before I do anything down here, let's have a look. How much brine do I already have. This is enough. I already have, yeah, this is definitely enough brine. I don't need to pump anymore for right now. So I can actually get rid of all of this here. So let's have a look. I don't need the power. And I also don't need the pipes here. And I should also reconnect the pipe over here while I'm there. Yeah, that might be a good idea. Yeah, everything else is... Oh, there's still a little bit of brine waiting in there. So let's just get that through the system right now quickly. And then once that is cycled through, yeah, now I can reconnect those here. And the rest here can be removed quite easily, I hope. And there we go, everything now cleaned up properly. I might as well add some more ladders here, since I can now reach this part. But yeah, now it's back mostly to waiting. And we already had in the intermediate time one more spot of nuclear waste being generated. Nice to see that. So we just hit a surprise achievement, so let's have a look what this is about. Although I have already a good idea what that will be. Yeah, tubular, have duplicants travel 10 kilometers by transit tube. Very nice to see that my transit tube network is already that heavily in use. We are also already more than halfway through producing the nuclear waste, so about 1.5 more cycles, and then we can start working on our research floors. Okay, we finally have the needed amount of nuclear waste generated. Unfortunately, I actually lost about half a cycle due to some hydrogen being in the wrong spot at the wrong time, which caused a deletion of the created nuclear fallout when the Radbold hit. But now I have all I need, so I can actually start getting rid of all of this here. It's no longer needed, and then I can have a look at my industrial brick again. Now with all of that cleaned up, it's time to get up to our industrial brick again. And here first I would like to make a little modification to my conveyor setup over here. Namely, I want to add one more conveyor loader here, since I totally forgot that I'm going to need salt over here. And that means I need to squeeze one more in there, which will be actually the one at the top there. So priority goes up, and then overflow will go down over here and then into this line here. So I need to connect here. I need those reconnected. I need those reconnected, and this one here goes up later on. Now, since the flow will go down, I don't need this connection here anymore. I'm also going to replace... Come on. Where is the conveyor bridge? There's the conveyor bridge. So, I'm also going to replace the conveyor bridge here with just some normal conveyor. Then, let's go. This will also need power. Now I am in danger of overdrawing, so I'm just going to split the power wire here into the two different grids. That should be enough power on either side there. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, now with that rectified, also let's hide this pipe here at the bottom a bit better. It looks just strange going straight over here. But with that out of the way, let's start with our research floors. First, I need another floor here. Yeah, 3, 3, 2. Then this one here goes to here. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I will have this one here until there. And then until I'm on top of that one. And here I need to go like so. Yeah, that looks good. Then I can get rid of these here. This one here will be replaced by a plastic ladder going straight down. I'm also going to put one there. Then I could put the doors here on the side. The same airflow and tile here too. Then let's have a look. Those are pretty much all the floors I'm now going to put in. At the top there I might want to place one more of these. And then here I'm going to need one of these. I'm also going to need to make some space on each side here. Go on, do your saving and let me build. Okay, apparently a dupe started the deconstruction but didn't finish it. Okay. Nevertheless, this is now looking quite good. I can also more or less get rid of these here. They will not be needed. And while I'm here, I might as well start putting in a normal wall for right now. Then, let's start putting in a cooling loop, which will go just like that here. This one here will go to the very top and then over here. And that's where it will stop for now. I still need to work on this a bit more before I can close the loop. Then let's actually start over here with a pitcher pump right there. Then next to that I need a hydro sensor connected up to a liquid vent, which goes right there. And the liquid vent will connect to my water line. It doesn't even need any kind of bridge, just going straight over there. That's nice and good to see. So now let's put in a few buildings. And I'm going to start at the top here with a few last production buildings. First the oxalite refinery, which goes here. And then the bleach stone hopper, which goes right there. And now before I continue, I'm actually going to need 2 kilograms of naphtha here and 2 kilograms of naphtha right there. So let me quickly grab my pedestals and put some naphtha into those spots. Just like that. No idea where the slime lung is coming from, but it should be dying off pretty soon, so no issue with that in my opinion. Anyway, let's continue. So now we have those 2 buildings in. Let's continue with another non-research building, which is this transit tube here, which will go in there. There is already opened up here, so I can go straight over and connect down there. Perfect. The power for this will come later on from the top there, and not from the power grids down here, since it draws quite a decent amount. Then let's start putting in our research buildings. So under stations, I'm going to need the botanical analyzer, which goes into this spot there. Then I can put my normal research station on this pedestal there. Then next to that I have space for my artifact analyzer station, which goes here. Next to that there is the space reserved for the supercomputer. On top of here is where I will put my virtual planetarium. And then the last research building is the, where is it? The materials studies terminal, which goes right here. Then I can already put in a rod bolt joint plate here and a couple reflectors. One here, one there, and then another one here, 2 up there, 1 down. That's all here. I can also already place a cable going all the way over here. This will later on be the connection to my rod bolt engines, which I currently plan to put in this kind of area here. And this is too cold, I suspect. So no longer needed, can get rid of. Okay. Anyway, I was putting in buildings. So those are the research buildings. Now for more utility buildings, I'm going to need a couple storage bins. I'm going to need one here. I'm going to need another one right there, and that's for the normal ones, I think. But I need a couple smart ones right here where I placed the naphtha earlier. Then, on top of these, I'm going to need a receptacle here, another receptacle here, and a conveyor loader, or a conveyor chute right there. Although, you know what? I'm going to switch the order a tiny bit. Doesn't make much of a difference, but it looks better. Then, I am also going to need a chute here. And then a sweeper here, another sweeper there, and a third sweeper right in this spot. That's looking good. Everything is reachable from those. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to see. Now for power. this will get a bit tricky. So this up here can barely power this whole setup here. So this just goes straight down to this power line. And then all of the research buildings plus a bit of additional one over there will run on this wire here. Shouldn't be much of an issue since I only have one researcher, so they shouldn't be all turned on at the same time anyway. So there should no problems occur with that. Then let's go down here and up there. And this one here will be powered from further the top, as I already said. So I'm still missing one more pipe, a gas pipe this time. Namely the gas pipe for the oxygen, which is needed by my oxalate refinery. Which goes, let's say, through the ceiling here. And yeah, let's just go straight down there. That looks good. Yeah, that should do the trick. And now it's basically just time to wait until all of this here is built. And then I can start planning in my various conveyor rails. And here we go. And as you can see, the oxalate refinery is already running and producing oxalate, which reminds me that I'm still missing some automation. So let's start with that. Yeah, let's make that out of gold. I have enough of that once more, so let's use that. Yeah, let's connect this one here, and the other one goes to the oxalate. Yeah, that should work quite nicely. So this one here will be for the bleach stone. Decently high priority. Let's go with 8. And this one here will be for the oxalate, also highest priority or decently high priority. And now with those two set up, I can actually go to the setup down here and remove the bleach stone and oxalate from these containers here. So we only have slime down there anymore. So then let's set up these here. This one here is for data banks. And this one here is for seeds. And only seeds. Yeah, that should do the trick. Okay, then let's go and add another bit of automation over here. Almost forgot about this. Just like so. Yeah, that should work. So only if the studies terminal here is full, the rad bolts are redirected over here. And yeah, actually need to change the direction of these a bit. So they are all going in the correct direction. This one here needs to go down. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, then let's continue on. I need conveyors, and this one here is for gold, so let's set that up. This one here will only transport gold upwards, and since I only want to transport as much as is needed, I am going to go into one of the receptacles here. Then let's have a look. This one here will be for this one over here. So let's go over there. Let's connect this. And this will transport dirt and all the seeds. And the last one. Oh, wait. Actually, first I need to copy the settings down here. This is everything that needs to be moved towards the right. And this one here will, from now on, only transport salt. Is salt already being transported? No, it's not. So that's good to know. So now I can set this to salt only. And the output of the salt is from here. And that will go into the second receptacle at the top there. And only the overflow will go towards the right. And then the last one will be this one here, which is for data banks. Oops, come on, data banks. I could also go for artifacts, but no, not really. So this one here needs to go over there and then into the chute. And just going to need a little bridge there. So that should be all of those required. This one here is for the blast shots. This will go later on towards the right, and then somewhere to my rocket silos, I think. So this is pretty much all I'm going to need in this corner here. So let's get this built before I can concentrate on this area over there. And we just got some seeds analyzed, so we now have knowledge about the exuberant sleet wheat mutation, which is nice. Although this reminds me of something. I might want to add one more conveyor loader in here, maybe at this spot. And yeah, let's power this. Will not be needed all the time. This is just nice to have, since, as you can see, this here is food supply and not a seed, and subsequently is not being moved into the refrigerator anymore automatically. So I'm going to need to do this with some automation. So this is later on just going to move the food supply down towards the kitchen again. Something I will have running along this shaft here anyway, so I might want to work on this while I am at it anyway. So while I was there, by the way, I also already removed my seeds storage bin down here, since now I have my seeds up there. And now it's finally time to look at this corner over here. And the first thing I actually need is a very tiny vacuum chamber right here. So I'm just going to put in a couple blocks, and then this will go straight up. I'll leave this area open for now. But as I said, I'm going to need a vacuum in just this spot here, and then topped with a metal tile, like so. So let me very quickly get this in. You know the drill. Putting in an enclosure, liquid lock, and then a pump, and then once everything is pumped out, I'm just closing this up. And roughly a cycle later, we now have finally a vacuum and this tile in place, so I can continue on. And the first thing I want to do is actually put in a manual airlock here, and a second one there, and then a third one in this spot, but this will have to wait a bit, as well as this one here actually, because I first need to get some liquids in here. And well, the first liquid actually needs to go in here, in this spot. And since I already have the vacuum there, I can't delete this, so I'm just going to put temporary pedestals up in those spots here. So once I have them in place, I will drop some liquid naphtha here, and then a bit of water in here, which then I will mop up from this side, so I'm left with just a few grams of water in this spot here, floating on top of some liquid naphtha. And after quite a bit of fiddling, I now have the liquids in place. I decided to actually use crude oil down here, since the liquid naphtha was somehow moving over here. Similarly, I decided to use petroleum, since it has a better temperature range and won't boil off as fast. So this is now working. Now we still need one more liquid in there, and that is nuclear waste. So let's grab one of those and place it right here. And yeah, I might want to heat this up a tiny bit, so I'm grabbing myself a space heater. This will go for now there. While I'm here, I might as well place a temp shift plate there. And this will need power, and I think the Radball generator later on will have also the input there, so that should work out quite nicely. And here we go. Nuclear waste is now in the liquid state. I can get rid of the space heater and can now put in a bit more of the interesting stuff here. So a door here, then a door there. Then I'm going to need a Radball generator right in this spot here. And as you can see, the nuclear waste is exactly where the input of the Radball generator is. And now I need more nuclear waste exactly in this spot, and this spot here. And now let's have a look which gases we have in here. Okay, we already have Asher's waterfall essentially, which is very nice to see. So all I need now is a closure here. This actually can be a normal one. And wait, before I completely close this up, I need to make sure that I have the required liquid vents in there. One here, one there. Yeah, I can use iron here. Will not be visible at all, so why should I use anything else? Then I am going to need some liquid pipes here. And this one here will go from over here. And let me quickly have a thought. How do I want to do this? Yeah, I think I know how I want to do this. Let's start with the cooling loop actually. So this one here will go through there. Then I have an insulated tile right there. So I subsequently need an insulated pipe. And then I go over here, up there, over here. Then I'm in the insulated pipes again. And then out with the normal pipe. And that gives me just enough space here for this little bit. And actually I'm going to leave a tiny gap here in case I want to add something here later. So this now connects over there. That's the line where I will put in the nuclear waste later on. And that's pretty much all I need to put in here. Wait, why is this not connected? So now it's connected. And now I first need to make sure this part here is done. And then I can close this off finally. And then I have an Asher's waterfall and an infinite pressure cell for liquid nuclear waste, which will produce, once I have a little bit in there, a decent amount of rad bolts. And now all that's left is putting in a couple normal tiles around this corner here. Obviously the middle one should be built first. And then this here should work as intended. This liquid nuclear waste here is actually working as a kind of cooling breaker. So if the cooling loop gets too cold for some reason, this one here will solidify and completely insulate this area here until it gets hot enough that it needs some cooling. And yeah, that's the only reason I have the waste over there. I also added a temp shift plate here since the cool air from the top was solidifying my nuclear waste in those spots here. But as I said, this is now all working. The last part for the industrial brick here is just adding water to this cooling loop here. And fortunately enough, I already have a line with just plain water here. So I'm just going to connect this here, and then I will need a bit of a reserve. Yeah, let's snip this off here. That way it should only fill it up to the liquid reservoir here. That should be well enough for all I'm going to need in the future. So let's quickly wait until the cooling loop has been filled in. And here we go. Cooling loop is now completed and filled up. So the last part is maybe putting some more cooling to the buildings that heat up the most. So let's start with some temp shift plates. Granite should be sufficient for that. These two I already have, and let's also cool down the steam turbines specifically. Then the kilns, the molecular forge, rock crusher, blast shot maker. Then research buildings don't really need this, and the oxalite and the bleach stone do might. Then over here, yeah, this is looking rather toasty, so let's add some here. And those might get a bit warmer too once they start running, so that's a good idea. And yeah, very important, the glass forge might also need some more additional cooling. Then while I'm here, I might as well also add some on top of those storages here, just to make sure everything stays at the correct temperature. And now let's grab some radiant pipes and put them in the corresponding spots. So I almost forgot about the diamond press. I think this is also a building that gets a bit warmer. So already in place here, then one here, one there. This is all in place. Then let's go over here. One here, one there, one there. And here, and there. And here. That should be all, I think. Yeah, I think I have everything. Yeah, that's looking good. Now with that in place, I can also put in the last bits of decoration. So let's start with some aeroports. I can put one here, I can put one there, I can put one here, I can also put one there. I can put one right here. I can also put one there. That's pretty much all of the... wait, there's one spot there. So that's the easy spots to see done. Then corner trim. I can put one here. And that's pretty much it already. Yeah, looks like. Then I have still ceiling trim. All the way over there. Wait. Only there. This is all done. This will be the building. This is all filled in. And I just have those two up there. So, and then just some metal blocks, because I can. Wait, not there. One fits right there, another one fits right there, and that's it, I suspect. Wait, I have another spot down there. Yeah, that's about it. I may have to add a couple ladders to reach everything, but besides of that, these are the last steps for today, looking at the clock. And that's a wrap. The industrial brick is now officially finished and properly cooled down. One thing I already noticed is with the Oxalite refinery running all the time and drawing a full 1.2 kilowatts, I am occasionally running into a bit of a power deficiency. So yeah, as you can see here, I'm very close or even beyond the 8 kilowatts I can currently provide with just those 10 hydrogen generators here. So next time I'm going to add a few coal generators, I think, as well as the logistics center and a way to produce decent amounts of liquid nuclear waste using the currently a bit spare power. And that brings us to the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, and comment. If you did so, it really helps with the algorithm. Independent of that, I wish you a nice day, and well, see ya.